What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Kiana, and today we are online with another skin update. Yes, this is a long overdue skin update. I've had so many of you guys messaging me and commenting on my last skin update that you need an update. Unfortunately, I'm having a flare, as you can tell, but I just want to rewind a little bit. I actually filmed a skin update and my skin was in pristine condition. Like in that update, I was telling you guys, and hopefully I can insert some of the footage, but I was telling you guys that like I think it's done. I haven't had a flare in a few months anywhere on my body, and so I really thought I was good. That was in early November, and today is December 17th. So that's just to show you how quickly things can change with TSW. But yeah, let's get into the update. Itch factor from a 1 to 10, 10 being severe, you're super itchy, you need to go to the hospital. To be honest, I'm not itchy really at all. I would say I'm probably like at a 3. It does get itchy, but only on the spots that are actively going through something, you know what I mean? Like now that like my hands and my neck and stuff, I don't have any bumps, I don't have any dry skin, I don't have any flakes or anything, those areas are fine and not itchy at all. So right now the only place that I get itchy is on my face, and it's only when I wet it. So it's only when I go to wash my face or after I apply moisturizer or something like that. That's the only time I will get itchy. So itch factor is not too bad. I'll give it about a 3 out of 10. The next thing we have is the pain factor, 1 being not painful, 10 being like this is extremely painful. Again, I feel like I say this in every video, but I do have a higher pain tolerance. I haven't really felt like this hurts. So I would give it a 1. The only reason I'm giving it a 1 and not a 0 is because around my smile lines, like if I'm talking a lot or like when I first wake up, because the skin is so dry and tight, it can like crack just a little bit, and that is uncomfortable. It does hurt a little bit, but other than that, it's not like super painful or anything. Thankfully, I'm very thankful for that, because with it being on my face, yeah, it's pretty bad. And this is probably like the worst my face has looked, I want to say, but I have to go back and look at my pictures because I've been dealing with TSW for a minute now, so sometimes you honestly forget about like how bad things were. Mental health factor, 1 to 10. 10 being, you know, this is severe, go to the emergency room. I want to have a brave face for you guys, and I want to come on here and be like, this is not affecting me at all. And you know, that is just like my personality. I take on a lot, and I'm just a very strong person in general. But it being on my face really does affect me, I can't lie. So I would say it's probably like an 8. Because I still have to go to work every day. I still have to show up at my daughter's school, you know. I still have to just be out in the world with this on my face. And again, nobody has ever said anything to me. Nobody has ever like questioned me about why my face looks like this, or made a nasty face at me or anything, or made a nasty comment, thankfully. But I still know that it goes through their minds, and sometimes I'll catch like my coworkers just looking at me a little bit longer, or you know, you can see people's eyes when they're looking at you. Like right now I'm looking directly at the camera, but like I can like look up or like look, you know what I mean? Like I can see people's eyes kind of like looking around my face and calculating like what's going on and things like that. So it is very uncomfortable for me. It's a very uncomfortable feeling. It does make me feel a little bit insecure at times, especially with it being on my face. When it's on other parts of my body, places that I can cover or places that are not as visible, I feel a little bit better. But with it being on my face, it definitely does affect me. So I would say probably like an 8 out of 10. Useful products and supplements. To be honest, guys, I don't have much for you. I'm going through it. I'm in the trenches with you guys. I do feel really discouraged right now with this big flare up happening, and that's just because I thought I was doing all the right things. I already have a pretty restrictive diet, being plant-based, but in addition, sorry, making sure I'm still recording. In addition to being plant-based, you know, I hadn't been using any makeup on my skin. I hadn't been using any perfumes on my skin. I've just been very plain Vaseline, very plain oil, or no smell goods at all, plain unscented body wash. Like, I've been using the plain everything. The only thing that has a little bit of a scent is my deodorant. And that it hasn't given me any irritation. That's the only reason I keep using it. Other than that, I've been very plain Jane about everything. I've been very strict on my diet. I feel like I haven't had very much sweets. So it is a little discouraging to me because I felt like I was doing all the right things. So I'm just not sure why I got this flare up. But here in Virginia, it has been very, 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 very cold, colder than usual. Like I said, my skin was damn near perfect in the beginning of November. I took a trip to Mexico, and right before I left for Mexico, so maybe like a day or two before, I did start to feel my face. You know, you kind of feel like that tingly, like itchy feeling. That's what I felt, and I thought, this better not be a flare-up. But of course, it progressed and it was flaring up, but it still wasn't this bad. So in Mexico, I felt like my skin started to heal again. Being out in the sun, I guess, the salt water from the ocean, I don't know what in particular it was, but when I came back from Mexico, my skin looked better than when I left. But since then, we came back on November 11th. From the 11th till now, my skin has just been getting worse. I have been under a lot of stress, so I think stress has definitely contributed to it. And then the only other change I can think of is, if you watched one of my previous videos, I talked about stopping smoking weed. So I do not smoke anymore. I haven't smoked hookah in like months. Well, actually, I did have a hookah when I went to Tulum, to Mexico, but before that, I can't remember the last time I had a hookah, and I hadn't been smoking weed. Like, I stopped smoking weed for the past week. So I'm not sure if maybe that triggered something there, or if it is just stress. But I'm chalking it up to it just being the TSW journey in general. I'm someone who took topical steroids for a long time. I think I said it in my first video, like it was like middle school when I was first prescribed a topical steroid. That one wasn't too strong, but from that day on, every time that like it stopped working on me, they would give me a higher prescription, and they never told me to use it sparingly. They never told me to just use it for a couple days and then stop using it. They told me to apply it liberally. So think about that. From middle school until now, I'm 33. I stopped using my topical steroid when I was 31, so like about 2 years ago. So whatever, from middle school to your 30s, using that topical steroid and really like caking it on. Like, I was using a lot of it. I never used it on my face, but here you see I'm having a reaction for it on my face. And that's just due to my body having to figure out how to deal with inflammation again in a healthy way. And until my body knows how to do that, it's going to keep shedding and, you know, pushing this stuff out, pushing the inflammation out. So I know that's part of the process. What has helped me is kind of looking at some of the other people, especially other Black people on TikTok, because I found the whole TSW community on TikTok. So seeing their stories and seeing some of them who have healed, and some of them, you know, have said that, you know, it's 2 years in and they still have minor flare-ups. But what I do know is that this is not the worst of it. Like, I definitely have been in like extreme pain where I couldn't get out the bed and stuff like that, and it would cause me to cry, and you know what I mean? So I'm thankful that it's at least moving in the right direction and we're getting better. Unfortunately, I don't have any useful products or anything for you guys at this time. On TikTok, a lot of the girls recommend doing red light therapy. So I've been thinking about getting a red light. It depends on how much it is, but I've been thinking about getting a red light to start doing that at home. And yeah, other than that, I've just been using the same products that I already mentioned to you guys. I wash my face with plain unscented soap, my face and my body. And when I get out, I apply Tamanu oil, like this one that I got from Etsy, or I've been applying just plain Vaseline. Guys, I know people say no moisture is good, but my skin is just so dry that it will crack if I don't put anything on it after I wash it, especially on my face. So I do have to put a little bit. I'm not putting much, and I only apply it once a day. After I wash my face, that's it. That's the only time I apply it, and I just leave it. I just leave my skin dry and crusty the rest of the day. But as long as it has something, so that it's not like if I smile or if I make an expression, my skin will crack, because that's how it feels when I don't apply anything. So yeah, I'll apply a small amount of Tamanu oil, or I'll use a small amount of Vaseline on the areas where, you know, I'm broken out. And then I just leave it alone. That's all I've been doing, and just trying to keep myself calm. But yeah, that's it. I'm so sorry. I wish I had more for you guys. I know, you know, some of you guys were kind of like following my journey, but just keep a lookout for more. If I do discover anything that's helpful, I of course will let you guys know. And yeah, let me show you my skin. As you can see, hopefully this is coming across good. This is all flat. It's not itchy at all. If you can see, it is discolored, but this is all flat. This is all flat, no itching, no broken skin, just discolored. Same for my chest area, same for this arm, just flat. I might look a little ashy, but that's it. It's not broken up. I'm not having any itchies, and I'm not inflamed. The part that has started to act up a little bit is a little bit here on my neck. Hopefully you guys can see that. It's not too bumpy, and it's no cracked skin, which is good, but it's just like it is a little itchy sometimes, and it's a little bit raised. It's not flat like how my arms are. But obviously the big part is my face. So hopefully you guys can see this. And yeah, I'm gonna look back at my pictures, but this is the worst I remember my face looking. I feel really gross, but I'm trying to have a good attitude about it, because there's really nothing I can do other than have a good attitude about it and just try to work on getting it fixed and work on healing. So yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me on my journey. And if you have any tips, any tricks, if you're dealing with TSW, please leave them below, because they are helpful, and I love hearing from you guys. But yeah, other than that, I will see you in the next one. Bye.